unbeatable. We'll train until we meet our goal. The stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable. We'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon, and thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of Unbeatable. It is so nice to have you here as we return into combat. If you've not watched last episode for some reason, you should really go watch last episode.
Weird one
because
to pick up on.
We are jumping. Weird one. Hey, people have done it. We're jumping back into combat as the battle for. Initially, what was the battle to stop Graham and Diane of the unknown villain faction, you don't know who they belong to, from capturing the legendary Pokemon Zapdos has now become just the beatdown session on Graham and Diane, as you have recently dispatched their teleporter. You have beat the shit out of their Magnezone, and it is falling to the ground as there's a beat of silence as every Pokemon in person turns their eyes to this thing happening as the Rockruff Cayenne with his little sunglasses jumps back to the ground after having successfully completed this attack. As we get back into things, we are coming back on Umbreon's turn, currently off to the side of Graham. And actually, at this point, what Umbreon is going to do is we're going to go for a Richter hit, even with Richter currently being underground, so we're taking a -5 to those rolls. What is Richter's attack die with all bonuses?
His attack die is a D8 and a D12.
Okay, so I will be rolling a D8 and a D12 to attack Richter, and you please roll physical defense.
It seems kind of rude.
That's how foul play works. It uses all of your stats and bonuses. Ooh, I rolled pretty good.
It's not even more fair because it's you rolling the dice and not me rolling it. That's what made this ability fair. It's gonna freaking crit on me.
Oh, well, -5. Let me just remove one of these dice.
My thing is a D4, Aaron.
So, what did you total roll?
6.
6. That is going to go ahead and crit on you, as Umbreon is going to kind of like growl and turn and stomp its tiny little foot, because it's only like 2.5 feet tall, stomp its foot into the ground, and there is a fracture of like black energy that through the ground as foul play is going to work, and it's going to cause just enough panic in Richter for Richter to just kind of and like wrench himself in the wrong way, and at this point he's going to go ahead and take 4 points of dark type damage, 4 wounds of dark type damage.
I'm going to use 3 friendships so that it was only a minor wound that was taken.
Okay, sounds good. You go ahead and use that friendship. What does that look like as you use your friendship?
Richter being in his little tunnel happy place with his lazy boy, as described before. And he gets that like clinched moment in between kind of like the burrowing with the foul play that happens, and he goes into his Richter Mind Palace, where it's all of us sitting on like a beach back when we were on Cinnabar. We were doing our training and stuff like that, flashing forward to when we were on the road towards Vermilion and stuff like that, and every time it's just one of us randomly throwing rocks to him to just bite, and he's kind of using his Mind Palace to bear through the pain and stay up a little bit more.
Okay, 100%. And something I should have mentioned as well that happened on Umbreon's turn is that like golden glowing star of circles that it had put into the sky previously lands to the ground and hits Magnezone's body and harmlessly and with no effect goes off, because it cannot heal a fainted Pokemon. It only returns its wounds. So unfortunately, Wish was wasted there.
Did Magnezone went back into the Pokeball after that?
Yes, and it will back to the Pokeball after this, because I did say that they are able to return even with Pokeballs not being able to properly release things.
Nice.
Okay. With that being the case, Axel already used its turn with priority, so that's going to bring us to Arlene. Arlene is going to join the rear guard of continuing to fight off this Gengar and other Pokemon. So Arlene's going to turn around, and it's going to go for another Powder Snow at this Gengar in the distance. Ooh. Again, I don't think Gengar can physically roll lower than that. It can if it rolls a 1. Let me see here. Holy shit, Gengar rolled a 1. Okay, so 7 is just under 8, which means that Arlene's little Powdered Snow, and you hear like a confused Gengar noise as Gengar is going to get hit by Powder Snow, which means I have to roll to see if it gets frozen.
Nice.
Okay, Gengar's HP die is D10. Okay, via sheer ranks alone, it is not frozen. Fucking A, dude. That's hilarious. Let me write down some damage for Gengar. That was a stab move and everything. Wow.
Good job, Snowrun!
Good job, Arlene the Snowrun. It is at this point in time that we are going to go to the trainer stuff. I am actually going to have the villains go first, so that way you are informed in what you're doing on your turns. I'm going to roll a d10 to see if confusion takes out Diane for this round. Does not, thank goodness. Diane is still reeling from the fucking psychic beam confusion that sort of like
did that
hit
hurt?
it. And she's like, fuck, and she's like stumbling backwards a little bit. Do you remember how we mentioned before that the power plant has many holes in it? You can see the outside at many places. There are a lot of different things that are going to go up. Diane is going to reach into her side pocket and pull out a familiar item for those of you who have ever traveled with Gavin, because Gavin stole one of these very early on in the campaign, as she pulls out a bright orange flare gun and she and fires it through a hole in the ceiling, and distantly outside you can hear as a flare goes off. And that is going to be Diane's turn. Graham, I think Graham, they were risking it last time. You see, okay, so what you're going to see Graham do is he's going to open the side of his coat, and you see there that there are 4 Pokeballs, confirming for you that he does only have the 4 Pokemon previously. But then underneath it, there is like another pouch underneath his Pokeballs that he reaches his hand into. And can I get a fortitude roll for, I think Seth and Karin are the only 2 who are close enough.
Is he going to pocket sand us?
No, he's not going to pocket sand you. He's going to pocket anthrax you guys.
That's worse.
That is worse.
No, this thing is not specifically targeted at you guys.
13.
13, okay.
20.
Nice. Okay. Neither of you are physically affected by this, but you do feel the sheer sort of malevolence coming out of this object as you see Graham pull out what looks like a Pokeball, but it seems to be made out of like crystalline, jagged-edged material of this like glowing red light. And it feels bad. It feels like it is full of this like evil to it almost. It honestly, if you had not seen something like this in action before, the closest experience you would have had was that like dark pulse that from Spiritomb that really fucked you all up. Mm-hmm. But as all 3 of you were present on Seafoam, you recognize this to be whatever the style of ball they used to capture Articuno previously.
And it seems empty?
It seems like he's holding it and turning, like they were turning on the generator so that they'd have a better chance of it working properly. It looks like whatever this ball is, it is not entirely turned off by the electrical fields, but it was getting interfered with probably. Okay. So it looks like on his next turn, he's probably just gonna go for it. Just let it, or like on the next one of his Pokemon's turn, which could be as early as Charmeleon's priority. But that is what he's pulling out of his hand. Now, the 3 of you have the chance to do something here. As you see him sort of like pulling it out of his pocket, I will now go to the 3 of you. Are any of you doing anything at this point in time?
How much damage do you have to do to knock somebody out?
Same as you do with the Pokemon. 3 major wounds. Diane's taken 3 at the moment.
3 minor.
Yeah, 3 minor. So that's 1 major.
Anybody have any?
Corinne, I would say you are the closest to Graham at the moment. If you have any immediate thoughts, between the 2 of you is a Charmeleon, and we did say if anything was going to come up, there were going to be checks made. That's fully up to you.
That's if I cross
if you go
the
for Graham,
Charmeleon, right?
That's if you're trying to affect Graham in basically any way, you got to get through a Charmeleon.
Could I use my trainer time move that's not damaging or anything like that? Could I use my Pokemon handling to draw the attention of the Charmeleon away from Karin, so Karin has more time to focus and or
try to pull like a Jurassic World, like with the raptors, sort of like.
Yeah.
I think that I would allow it. It would be a heavily difficult roll. Like you would know that, because this is like a locked-in, battle-ready Pokemon.
Yeah.
I would say that you could attempt it. I would not say it's likely to succeed, but you could definitely attempt it.
I feel as though I'm used to breaking up fights in the playground.
That's what I'm saying. You could attempt it. You could attempt it, but you, from your experience, would know that this is unlikely to succeed unless you roll obscenely well, which, you know,
yeah,
you could do. But
so my
Matt
goal
isn't known
is
for
to not necessarily stop the Charmeleon from wanting to fight at all, but it's to try and give Karin as much of an advantage as possible.
I'm aware, and this is a locked-in Pokemon. Like I'm aware that is your intention. Yeah. So I'm saying you can go for it if you want to. The dice could always choose to change their minds about you.
It's
Not
true.
likely. That's not likely. Okay. I guess yeah. If we don't have anything else that we're thinking or cooking up, how's Tanner doing?
Tanner is currently rear guarding you guys right now, and you can see he's got like not even a sweat. He's fighting a ghost. This is what he knows. He is in his
ready.
fucking element right now. He's like done that thing. Remember we talked about how he sort of like compartmentalized like the crazy shit that y'all are doing? He's compartmentalized away from your guys' fight. He is on his thing right now.
He's respecting the 1v1, which I don't even know
Yeah.
if it's a 1v1. Okay. Yeah. To do something and kind of get it moving. I'm going to try and handle this Pokemon as best as I can to help
Okay.
Coryne as much as I
Give
can.
me a Pokemon handling check.
'Cause I don't
You're gonna
need
have to beat a
distract
static
Diana
number. I'm not
anymore.
rolling. It is a static number that you have to beat.
Okay, that's going to be a 13.
That is not going to be enough, unfortunately. At this moment, you see its eyes glance at you, but it is still like it's like trying to like get in like Kobe's face from the sideline sort of thing. Like it's just that like battle ready, like he is locked in on the game sort of thing. Unfortunately, at this point, that is not going to be enough. You needed to beat a 16. I apologize. So with that, Coryne, you are aware that this is something Seth is trying. Seth is trying to give you an opening. Seth, what does it look like as you're attempting to give this opening?
I think it'll be Seth reaching into his bag, having a couple of handfuls of some fire food that he had from the Charmander from the cave before. And he's kind of like, grabs like one piece and kind of like, and like clicks off the nose. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think Karin, after seeing that Pokeball, is going to glance down at the Charmeleon and then is going to eyes up a Grant as soon as, knowing that this isn't going to have an effect, as soon as Charmeleon's eyes glance away from Coryne, Corinne's going to start to jump over the Charmeleon and is going to try to tackle Graham.
Okay, give me an agility roll, please.
Agility?
This is an agility roll. However, I would say this does count towards your athleticism. I will allow you to use your triathlete ability on this. Let me roll for Charmeleon. The fucking dragon danced up Charmeleon.
Exploding.
Kenna had a very big number just happen.
Okay, hang on.
This might work. This is the only time you're ever going to see a trainer 1v1 a Pokemon in this fucking game. She's already dodged a hit from Charmeleon. She's about
Break
to
his
dodge another
ankles.
one.
Break his ankles.
33.
That is going to get past the 18 that I had from Charmeleon. Yeah, no, you're able to avoid Charmeleon. All right, now give me an athletics roll to try and tackle Graham as I roll his fucking athletics. His dog shit
Okay.
athletics.
Ginormous.
And this is just, shut the fuck up, dude.
God, Corinne's so fucking
Yeah,
cool.
that actually tracks. Okay.
What's it like to use all of Matt's luck? What's that like?
You know what's crazy is that I rolled a 20 and then I rolled a 1, so 24.
24. Okay.
That's cool.
So, what does it
I
look
can
like
roll
as
one of
you
those.
juke Charmeleon and tackle Graham?
I feel like what happens is Corinne goes, like, as Corinne crouches, Charmeleon probably clocks this and like locks back in on Corinne, and Corinne is gonna go ahead and jump, and then as Charmeleon goes and tries to do whatever, Corinne's just gonna like split vault over this thing and then is going to land on Graham, but instead of landing in like attack, it's just gonna like monkey wrap around Graham and take him to the floor so that he locked in grasp.
Okay.
Cannot move.
Mechanically, I am not going to allow Graham to use items until you are no longer holding on to him, however that ends up happening.
Interesting. Okay.
That is mechanically what I'm going to allow here. You have him in sort of like a grapple-esque scenario where you've got him. In one hand is that ball. You've used up your whole turn. That's where you're at. Torie, are you doing
Okay.
anything with DJ at this time?
Somebody want to come take that?
Somebody come get her.
I don't know how I'm not fast.
You're not fast.
I
I
am
don't
not
think you could
fast.
make it to where the rest of them are as you are at the moment.
Movement
I
wise.
also don't think I could make it through all those Pokemon. I think
I also
if
don't
they
think you
saw
could do
me
that.
go after it, they
Based on
probably
my
squish
knowledge of
me.
your physical stats, I don't think you could get through there.
Excuse me, I'm just
My
gonna
agility's not the worst one.
It's not the worst one.
But but it's
the
close.
second to worst one.
Yeah, it is the second to worst one.
Mhm.
Tanner's doing okay 1v1 and the little guy.
He seems like it's a pretty even match right now between Little Miss Magic and Gengar, and then Arlene is sort of like making a difference, like actively making a difference in this fight.
I don't know that there's anything I really can do.
That's totally okay. This is just if you have something, this is where you do it sort of thing. Like, it is okay to not have something here. You have a lot of Pokemon that you can work through on all these different turns.
I was gonna say, I think she's just strategizing for whatever is gonna happen next and trying to like make sure if the Magnezone gets up, she's ready with Cayenne.
A Magnezone has been returned at this point, and it is almost impossible for you guys to use your Pokeballs at the moment.
I remember you saying that. Sorry.
Unless these two somehow make it to a
Pokeball. Yeah.
Unless these two made it
thingy.
Yeah, you have the one. By the way, which ball is that currently affixed to? The item.
It's attached to a great ball that I had.
That's what it is.
You
Actually,
have it?
Kenna has the thing right now. Yeah.
Let's not make that known to them.
Yeah.
That's not known to them.
They also don't know what it is or that you have something that lets you use your Pokeballs. Like, this is not knowledge that they have.
You're wrestling with Graham on the ground. He's like, you got a dumb.
He just grabs it, puts it on the other ball, and fucking goes.
He doesn't know what
and
it is.
yeets. He doesn't know what that is.
Okay. Then no, I don't have anything.
Okay. Now we get to the bottom of the turn where all of the effects are going to happen. Richter is poisoned. Zen and Umbreon are both sand tombed. So I'm going to take 2 for each of them.
Axel's poisoned as well.
Axel is also poisoned. I don't know why I don't have. Oh, I do. He's just hidden from where he's at.
Cool guy points.
No, I didn't give him cool guy points.
Well, you should have.
He's not that cool of a guy.
Yeah, he is.
What?
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 Wait.
Huh? Okay, so we go back to the top. Priority. We got fun facts. We got quick claw.
Yes, we have quick call. Let me roll that.
9 or 10. And then we got a Pokemon that's gonna.
Cool. This is perfect.
Okay.
So the quick claw is gonna go off.
Nice. Okay.
But it's not the quick claw that's actually making him go first. So what you're gonna see is after Axel's been kind of smacked, and then he was kind of in this headspace of anger, and then he saw that Newton did that really cool attack that then made her confused, so he's kind of laughing about that. But he also feels that presence from the ball that Graham had pulled out, and I think his instincts kick in once he sees that Coryne jumped over the Charmeleon to go and try and attack or like either do something to stop Graham from whatever he was doing, and you see this kind of like fiery spark flash into Chimchar's eyes as he kind of like is standing in one place, and you just see kind of like a burst of flame kind of blast from where he was. And as he is dashing towards Coryne and Graham, you see the fire that's on his tail coming out of his butt slowly starts to extend a bit further, and that fire from his eyes starts to glow a bit hotter and turn from a white flame to a yellow flame, and then locks into a blue flame surrounding the front of his face, as he's slowly starting to evolve as he's running towards Graham.
Yeah.
And is going to hit the Pokeball with a Mach Punch.
He's gonna hit the red ball.
The red ball with a Mach Punch.
It's a static difficulty. Go ahead and roll me an attack roll.
Okay. Let me see from here. Make sure I got the wounds right on these. Yes. You can interject if you would like.
No, it's okay. I'm not gonna interject. I will.
No,
there are multiple ways this could go.
To hear what you would say. What do you?
I'm gonna roll a die after this happens, so I don't have anything to interject yet, because I'm assuming you're gonna beat the. I'm assuming you're gonna beat the number. It's not a particularly hard number to beat.
Oh no.
20. That's 22.
22 is definitely gonna beat the number. Okay. I am not gonna have you deal damage to this item because this item is indestructible. You cannot physically destroy it. Okay. But it is going to get wrenched the fuck out of Graham's hand. Can you roll me a d6 so I can determine what direction this goes flying, please?
Because towards the Zapdos, that would say.
That's the problem. That's what's behind Graham. So that's why I'm trying to figure. You have a 33% chance of sending this directly at Zapdos. Is why This is.
You said a
3.
D6?
Yeah, d6.
Okay.
So the way I was working this was right, middle, left. The middle one is towards Zapdos. You've rolled a 3. 3 and 4 are middle. I'm gonna roll some stuff over here that I'm gonna keep private to myself for a little bit. But at the current moment, the ball goes and scatters off into the other room. That has happened. Graham no longer has hold of whatever this mystery red ball is.
Got it.
There was also one other priority move that was going to be used. Go for it, DJ.
Hey, yo, we're still fighting, right?
Yeah, there's still combat happening.
Okay, just making sure. Tabasco has a priority move. He is going to, I think he's gonna give Cayenne like a little pat on the head, like proud of you, boy, and then turn and I don't know who's still up. We've got the
Charmeleon, Gengar, Zoroark, Umbreon. I think that's it.
I think the Charmeleon. Yeah, he's gonna use his vacuum wave at the Charmeleon.
Okay, it's special attack?
Special, yep.
Okay, so I gotta roll my special defense. Did you beat a 13?
No.
Okay, 7 plus 6 is what I rolled, which is a 13. So what does it look like as you use the move? And then I'll describe what it looks like as things happen.
Same as normal, he's gonna go pat, and then kind of glance, and I think the Charmeleon is kind of catty behind him, so he's gonna do a little spin move and launch his hands out airbender style again.
That's pretty cool. So he goes, and you see this vacuum wave go forward, and there's that moment where Charmeleon is like locked in on what's going on with his trainer, and you think for a second, oh, he's not turning around, he's not gonna block, and then his tail like erupts in flame, and the air warps, sort of fucking up the propulsion of the vacuum wave and stopping it from hitting. And as that happens, we're actually going to go into Charmeleon's turn. Now, before I begin this scene, I want to address the camera real quick. In this game, we have determined this game runs off of the damage of anime rules, in that I and they can hit Pokemon trainers with Pokemon moves without the sort of D&D repercussions of like, oh, this is going to permanently disfigure this human being. This is going to kill this human. I want to clarify that as Charmeleon's mouth begins to glow red and he's about to start cooking Karin. I want to clarify that before I get into this. The chance of death is not on the table in this game because that's not how we want to play our Pokemon game. If you at home are using death rules, that's probably where this is going to be. We are not using death rules in this campaign for that reason. I just want to clarify that before we get into this sequence. As Karin, you look up and see Charmeleon start to, and its entire inner like jowls begin to glow orange and red hot. Karin, I need you to please, I actually need to double check this. Miscellaneous. Okay, here we go. The equivalent to special defense would be charm. Can you please roll me a charm roll? Because that is the equivalent to special defense for trainers, as I am rolling special attack. Actually, wait, I might be wrong. Let me double check something. This actually might be a physical move. Let me double check this. I want to give you every chance of things. Flare blast. This is a physical move. Okay, you are going to be rolling fortitude. I apologize.
What move is it using?
As its mouth begins to go like orange hot, that fire begins to like entirely enrapture its body. It is going to be going for a flare blitz.
I rolled a 14.
I rolled a 16, so it's not going to be enough to crit on you. However, due to stab and charcoal, this is going to deal 7 wounds to you. As this Pokemon enwraps itself in fire, brings both fists up, and just fucking cooks the shit out of you with a physical hit. Are you still up?
Yes.
Okay, good to know. That is going to be Charmeleon's turn. As we pass Charmeleon, we're going to real quick do a quick roll for Little Miss Magic. Oh, dude, Little Miss Magic crits on this fucking Gengar. Let's go. How much damage is that?
Yeah, she does.
Oh, shit. You guys hear the sound of Ken in the background, and this a red light reattach itself to
Let's go. That's one.
To Diane's waist as Gengar is no longer in the order.
Fuck yeah.
That's actually something I really need to keep track of. Okay. With that, it is going to go to Tabasco's turn with Rampardos on deck.
I used my priority move. Does that...
You did. We are going to have to unfortunately skip you because you already used your turn. Okay, it's going to go to Rampardos, who was fighting Primeape. Now, what's the thing that it wants to fight? What looks like it wants to fight now?
Maybe Charmeleon?
Charmeleon is pretty fucking scary. But Charmeleon's beating down on a weak Pokemon, so it doesn't particularly care about that because it sees it as a sign of weakness. A human, basically. And honestly, Rampardos sees that as a sign of weakness. It doesn't particularly care for that. So it's going to go for whatever the strongest looking thing is, which currently on the enemy's team is Umbreon.
Yeah,
Rampardos is gonna it knows well enough that it's a dark type, so it's not gonna go for its Zen Headbutt. Instead, Rampardos is going to turn, and you see that it's like its entire body starts to like turn this like frigid like blue color, and it like shoves its head forward, but its head never makes physical contact as it sends like a sudden conjuring wave of ice towards Umbreon, and it's going to attempt to avalanche Umbreon. This is a physical defense roll. That is unfortunately going to be a fucking miss for Rampardos. As Rampardos attempts to avalanche this Umbreon, Umbreon deftly just fucking sidesteps out of the way. Okay. As that's Rampardos' turn, we're going into Thornton with Richter on deck.
How many squares away would you say Thornton is from the red Pokeball?
I would say that at the current moment, you guys don't see it. It is in the other room. It is past all of the battle. It is in a room that is currently glowing with white energy. It would be very hard to spot it amongst everything. Thornton would have to leave the battle to go find it.
And how many squares would Thornton need to move to get to the door to be able to see it?
I would say to leave the battle, Thornton would have to move, I would say 5 squares.
Thornton is going to move its full movement, which is 3 squares, towards Coryne.
Okay.
2 squares from leaving battle. In Thornton, from where it's at, cannot see the ball.
Not currently. You guys would have to go explore the actual room itself.
But can see Charmeleon.
You can't see Charmeleon. It's fucking right up there on Charmeleon.
Okay, great. Thornton is going to go ahead and Mega Drain Charmeleon.
And just for your guys' brain, until this battle is over or your Pokemon or you leave battle, the ball is a non-issue at the moment. The enemies are also not going to be recovering the ball until this battle is over. I'm letting you guys know mechanically right now, Matt has successfully taken it off the board. It is not on the board for it to come back during this battle. Just letting you guys know so you're not wasting your time trying to do all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay. Then in that case... So Thornton has moved close to Coryne, however, is still going to snake out his little tendrils 4 squares away to reach Umbreon, and is going to wrap the little tendrils around Umbreon's back paw and just Mega Drain.
Attempt to Mega Drain? Okay, let's fucking go. Spec defense, that's my best stat. Let's go.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. It's fine.
Do you want to describe something else?
No, because either way, Thornton,
Okay.
my little seed boy is just having a hard time.
Well, because technically, I guess your hands are occupied because it is your Pokemon's turn. You could use an item.
She just
Pokemon.
exploded. I think
You might be fine.
Yeah, I think she might be okay.
26.
I rolled really hot. Fuck, I rolled 19. All right. So that Mega Drain's gonna work. What's the damage on that?
It is 3 wounds.
Jesus. All right. Umbreon, what does that look like? Fucking A, dude.
A cute little hug.
Sure. It does. It looks like a cute little hug on a back paw. And then as you see the cute little hug happen, that back paw starts to get squeezed just a little too hard. And you see as Thornton, at first Thornton's like, oh, big hug. And then you see Thornton go, his face just gets a little scary as he starts squeezing really hard. And you're going to see he's going to have a little blossom on his head as he regains a wound.
His cute little tiny soulless eyes squeezing the life away.
Soulless little eyes. Okay. With that being the case, then Thornton's turn doing that. It is going to go to Richter's turn with Aleppo on deck.
I will use a max potion on Richter to just bring him all the way back up.
Fuck. Okay.
So Seth is going to do that, and then will try to position himself towards where Badoo was going to run to, just so that he's further in the room and out of everybody in the room is closest to where the ball would be once things potentially will slow down. Mainly, I'm just keeping my eye on Diane because they're still confused, right?
Diane's still kind of like fucking stumbling around. Yeah, 100%.
And I give Axel a super cool high five, and it burns my hand a little bit because he's fist.
Before we go into Aleppo's turn, there is a check that actually I actually think I said something earlier when we were between sessions that I want to take back because I think I'm actually going to do this slightly differently. Okay. So as we go into Aleppo's turn and we're at the halfway point of the sort of turn order, I'm actually going to need the other two. I'm going to need with a disadvantage from Coryne, but I need Coryne and Seth to both make me spot hidden checks, please.
Coryne ain't making shit.
DJ,
Sorry,
get in
DJ.
here.
I decided to come from the other direction with
Okay.
it because I thought about how everything
This
is
is
laid
the
out.
check.
That's
DJ, get in
okay.
here, please. I need your help. I'm blind.
So I rolled a 3, 4, 5, 6 on spot hidden, and this is the disadvantage.
Mhm.
I
don't think
rolled a
either of you are
3
beating the
on
5 that you
spot
need.
hidden.
Okay. What? So you rolled 3, and then Seth, what did you roll?
I rolled a 1 plus
You
1
guys-
plus 3, so I got 5.
Okay, you hit the 5. I was like, you just need a 5. All
I know.
you need is
Damn.
a
I
5.
know. You set the bar really low, and I barely
You
cleared it.
barely fucking cleared it.
I
You're like that
barely
one.
cleared it.
You're like that one French Olympian who lost.
For unknown reasons.
For unknown reasons.
I
Oh,
used
Matt's
that.
gonna cut that out of the episode, and I know
Oui,
he
oui.
is. There's no.
Yeah. I can leave it in.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, so Seth, you're the main person who notices this because it happens above you at the moment as you've slightly pushed your way into the room. First off, you being the only person who's pushed in the room that didn't tackle someone to get in there, you're the only one who's able to take in the room as it is right now. As you step in, and you are now able to see not even the entirety of it, but about half of Zapdos' majesty. As you step in, and there's this brilliant gleaming yellow and white light that sort of reflects off of every area. It's like, it is blinding to look at as sparks, and all of your hair immediately starts to sort of like puff up even more than it was. And you could see about like half of this creature's body all the way up to like its midsection. And it's at least like, if that's the halfway point, it's at least like 4 stories tall, this Pokemon. But what you do note beyond that is something catches your eye. When we talked about, there are holes in the ceilings and walls of this building because of how dilapidated it is. You are the one who spots just the thin beige underbelly of something large and scaled drifting over one of the holes in the ceiling before it's beginning to pull back. I'm going to let you know right now, cavalry's coming in at the end of the round.
Good or bad cavalry?
Ours or theirs?
Well, there is one
Cavalry works on both
scale-
sides of the opposition.
Yeah, that's true. There is one large-scaled, beige-bellied creature that you've seen flying around for most of the last couple
They
sessions.
could have been holding out on us. I don't know.
That's true. That's
But-
true.
Okay, cool.
You do think this is probably Gyarados
Perry.
is going to come in at the end of the next round.
I
Hey!
Barry.
So, with that, though, we are going to go into Aleppo's turn, the drugged-up, critical-hitting Ivysaur.
He's like tweaking a little bit. I'm just kidding.
No, all you've done is you gave Aleppo an Adderall. That's all you did. That's what you did. He's
doing that
focused
limitless
on-
thing where he can
He's
see
honed
numbers.
in. Yeah, he's Pepe Silving this motherfucker.
Yeah, he
Bro,
is.
he's
Feel
limitlessing is
color.
fantastic.
real.
That's crazy, Matt.
Okay. I think Zoroark is gonna be. Yeah, I'm thinking Zoroark or Umbreon. How do both of them look?
Umbreon is gonna go down at the end of the round, regardless.
Okay.
It's sand tombed. It's gonna go down.
Bet,
You
okay.
are really having a hard time keeping a bead on Zoroark. You do know it's taken some damage, and then Charmeleon has been pretty hurt thus far.
Can I find Zoroark now?
You can definitely find it enough to attack it. I think with where it's at, I'll
Okay.
probably do what I've been doing with the others attacking Zoroark, and you're gonna take a slight visibility penalties of just a -1 to the roll. But you can definitely do it.
All right, I'm gonna razor leaf that bitch.
Okay, and as
Razor leaf that
I mentioned
bitch.
from your stat rolls, its defenses are not very high.
Fuck that beach.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
You just have to roll a specific number or higher that I will share with you when you roll your die.
Really? Is
Thanks,
that how
Aaron.
dice works?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay.
So whatever you rolled, take a -1 to it.
9.
So you just need to roll a 9 or higher.
Oh
Rolled a 2 plus 6.
Damn!
That's incredible.
Okay.
You've murdered this man.
That's really funny.
Murder.
That's gonna be 5
It's gonna be a crit
wounds.
because you rolled 1 higher.
Oh, right. So
Yeah.
it's 2 wounds plus stab is 3 times 2 is 6.
Okay. All right. And I am.
Because he's got his skill
Yeah.
lens, not his.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
his graphic
So I'm
noise.
gonna roll the confusion for Diane real quick to see if anything can happen here. I'm gonna see if
okay.
Diane is confused for all of this. Okay.
Okay.
Are you concussed?
Okay. That is not gonna confuse. So
Dang.
that is not. So she is able to like between. No, Zoroark, we need to get out of here. You hear her say as the thing, and she's gonna use some of her friendship points because not every villain uses fear points.
Friendship. Because her Pokemon are.
Did she have to roll for confusion
evil.
to shoot that flare gun?
You know what? Let me just double check that.
No, you did. You did.
And did I? Okay, I was about to say.
Just totally whiffs it, just hits the ceiling.
It blows up the ceiling, wakes up Zapdos, kills all of you.
Oh, God.
Okay. I think we're jumping to conclusions here.
You are going to
silly,
expend about half of Zoroark's friendship. I'm letting you know, DJ. Zoroark is not looking good. But with that is fucking goddamn, dude. Aleppo does work in this stupid game.
Aleppo is doing 2 major wounds as long as there's no resistances.
Aleppo doesn't even walk anymore. It's just 2 large vine legs that come out from its bud and then just
A big bicep bumps.
So Zen technically can't flee because it is bound. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're going to have Zen use agility. And unlike the rest of this fight, the rest of you can now see that now that it's taken like a fair amount of damage, as it bursts out of the shadows, this creature no longer looks like a Gengar. Its illusion was broken the first time it got hit. You can see this like purple furred form with red bits of fur. And like, again, even though it was said to Corinne and Seth, you guys like were told this is a Zoroark. Never seen one of these before in your life. You have no idea really what this is. DJ, you barely know about what it is from your love of the occult and ghosts and dark and shit. And as it goes out and you see it kind of like scoops up Diane into its arms and they start to run, but they can't flee. So there's still a sand tomb keeping it from leaving the actual battle. But you feel like next round, if it's not kept, as soon as it's gone, it's out of here. Just letting you guys know. And this is an extremely fast Pokemon that is just agilitied. So you probably are not going to be able to keep up with it if it tries to flee.
Okay.
My monkey pretty fast.
Your monkey is pretty fast. This is faster. Let's see here.
Is it D12 fast?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That'll dust me. That'll dust me, actually.
Answer? Yes.
With that, it is going to go to Newton's turn.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, in that case,
You forgot Newton was around.
I was focused on not that. Well, I'm gonna ask you a similar question that I asked last time. How many people can I catch in a Psybeam?
With everything that's lined up, you can hit both Charmeleon and Umbreon, but Umbreon's going to be immune to it. So you can basically either hit. Actually, both Umbreon and Zoroark would be immune to it. So you'd really just be hitting Charmeleon because they're both dark types.
Can I hit?
And you could hit Diane and if you were trying to, you couldn't hit Diane because Diane is now, like you could hit Diane on her own, but you couldn't hit her with the other 2, but you could hit Charmeleon and Graham together. I would allow that.
Okay, great. That's what we're going to do then.
Do it like a Dragon Ball Z special beam cannon. Hold them in place.
That's honestly, when we say anime rules, like this entire game is anime rules, but we're using Dragon Ball attack rules, not JJK anime rules.
So, okay, so if we're doing...
I'm scared to look it up.
If we're doing anime rules, this is the setup of what's going to happen. So Corinne just got fire smashed on top of Graham. And
she's still on fire. She's still burning.
Yeah, still on fire.
But her 6 super strong back muscles kept her alive.
As Corinne is on fire, Corinne is going to remember the 3 rules of being on fire. Stop, drop, and roll. We've already stopped. We've already dropped. It's time to roll. So Corinne is going to roll with them both so that Graham is then on top and sit up. And as Corinne sits up.
Easy crunch. Easy.
Yeah,
just
easy crunch. Because Corinne is in pain. And so, when you do that, and you're in pain, as Corinne sits up, Newton is gonna lock eyes with Graham over the top of Charmeleon's head and is gonna go ahead and fire that sight beam. We'll see if it hits.
Okay. Yeah, fucking roll special attack. I gotta roll special defense. I gotta roll charm for Graham. I'll tell you right now, charm is Graham's lowest fucking roll.
As it should be!
I'll tell you right now, that's his lowest fucking roll. And he rolled a 1.
Oh,
he's a bad Prince Charming.
I thought
I'm gonna tell you right now, unless you fuck this up, this hits. I'm gonna tell you right now, unless you really fuck it up, it's gonna hit on both of them.
No, I rolled a 10.
Yeah, that beats both of them.
Okay, great.
I rolled a 1 and a 3 on their 2 dice.
3 psychic wounds and the possibility of being confused.
With the psychic wounds, let me double check. Okay, that is, that's just not gonna put Charmeleon down.
Damn.
Okay, we'll roll their HP 42. Okay, Charmeleon is not. What is the roll? Because Charmeleon rolled pretty high. What is the roll for the confusion?
I'm rolling special attack again, right?
Yeah.
Another 10.
Okay. So at this point, Charmeleon is actually going to be confused. I thought it wasn't going to be, but it was. And Graham is not confused.
Damn.
So Charmeleon like sort of takes it and sort of like is like fucking up. Okay, that's Newton's turn. We're gonna go to Cayenne with Umbreon on deck.
So I think DJ's gonna turn and she's gonna watch Zen carrying Diane. And I think like there's just so much going through her mind between like, okay, well, it's not gonna, a dark type move is gonna not necessarily deal as much damage, but you know, maybe if I Rock Tomb, and then she thinks about how Rock Tomb works and that it's an area effect, not a like single target effect. And she hesitates. And like she has already pointed Cayenne in that direction, so he's running. And I think at the last minute, like he's getting ready to do the Rock Tomb, and then at the last minute she's like, no, just bite him.
Yeah, there is a moment where I think, especially with everything going on with DJ, I think there's a moment where you resonate with something that just happened a few seconds ago, where you know how like in an anime, something will happen and then 3 seconds later we'll flash back to what just happened? When Diane called out to Zen, there was like genuine friendship and fear there. And that is something that like maybe with her history, DJ could have convinced herself to attack like Graham and his Pokemon. But there is a thing where there's like, this is a trainer who genuinely has a relationship with their Pokemon, and this is a person.
Yeah, and she's just gonna like, she's just gonna have a lot of feelings about actually hurting a person using a Pokemon.
100%. Okay, go ahead and roll physical attack.
Yeah, she's gonna redact that and have him bite, so that'll be a...
I didn't roll the best.
And the dice rewarded me.
Karma.
So 7 on the die plus rank 3 is a 10.
I rolled a 9. I rolled a 3 plus 6.
Yes.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So with that is going to be how many wounds?
4 wounds, but reduced because of the resistance, I'm sure.
Okay, wait. Oh, because he's got the black glasses. I was like, where's that extra wound?
He's got the black. Yeah, he's got the black glasses.
Okay. Sounds good. And that'll put. Yeah, we're still up. Zen really do be like, I'm still standing.
Like in a cartoon, he would be like holding on to Zen's ankle and he would still be running. Like they're still running.
Yeah, and I think Zen's probably still going to be able to survive the Sand Tomb at the current point. But if he gets hit by too much more, he's not going to be able to. That's going to be Cayenne's turn. We're going to Umbreon. Umbreon is a very smart, conniving Pokemon, and there's a moment where anyone who's watching Umbreon is going to see Umbreon look to her trainer, look to the other Pokemon around, and look at the sand that is still currently vortexing her at this current moment. She knows she's done. She knows she's out. So the question is does she hurt or does she heal is the question. And I think with this, honestly, I'm gonna roll something. I'm gonna roll a check. I'm gonna roll a fear versus friendship check real quick.
How would she heal?
Oh no.
I think spotting what's going on here is you have never seen a real bond between Graham or any of his Pokemon because you really haven't interacted with them all that much. Because small thing that the audience might be able to track, Graham has never caught a single one of his Pokemon. He was gifted basically all of them, even Umbreon. And there's a moment where Umbreon knows that she's done. She's looking at her trainer. He's probably done. So Umbreon takes off towards Zen, and you see the yellow rings above into the air. It looks like Umbreon is going to use her last turn to wish Zen.
Doesn't that heal on the next turn?
It's going to heal at the top of the next turn. However, it is one of those moves that continues on even if the trainer or even if the user goes away. It's like Future Sight, how Future Sight kind of gets tossed into the future, and it doesn't matter if Newton had still been up or out or not.
Got it. Okay.
Wish is actually made for that express purpose of, I'm setting up for next turn.
Zen's currently at 1, right?
Zen's currently at 3, currently.
3, okay.
So if Zen makes it to where Umbreon's turn would be next turn, That's gonna make a fucking lot, but we'll see. And if it doesn't, Axel, did Axel already go? Axel already went, right?
Priority. He did a
yeah. Okay.
So
that means it's gonna be Arlene's turn, where actually, I think
Get him, babe.
Charmeleon's about to take a fucking move to the back. I think.
Get him,
Because
babe.
Arlene, the little baby Pokemon, is gonna turn, and then you see a normal ass sized shadow sphere or shadow ball that's bigger than Arlene appear. She learned something from Little Miss Magic. Boom, off into the distance at
hell
Charmeleon.
yeah! That is
My friend taught me how to do this.
my friend.
My friend taught me this.
There's a moment where you hear Tanner go, yeah, let's go. You hear him yell as he turns, and Arlene, and it's like a full shadow
He
ball.
says, "Yeah, let's go."
Well, let's go.
He
Like he's
Say,
excited about his.
"Yeah!"
No,
Your
we
cowboy
haven't won
mask
yet.
is
He yeehaws
slipping
when he wins.
imposter.
That's very
You gotta
fair.
save the yeehaws. You gotta save them. Otherwise, people don't treat him with respect.
Superfluous.
And
No
it's good
one
that he
treats
didn't
him with
yeehaw.
respect anyway. I know.
Tanner's like, see how I didn't say yeehaw? Very demure.
Very demure.
All right,
mindful.
go on. Finish the move. Shadow ball.
So, the shadow ball, and it's that moment where he's celebrating, and then Charmeleon catches and breaks the shadow ball because unfortunately it came down to a difference in ranks. They rolled the same number on the die.
Fiddlestick. She tried her best though.
Yeah.
Damn.
Fuck.
She done
Actually,
made her did
no.
the
Yeah, that did work with that. Okay. I was about to say Charmeleon's confused, but that doesn't affect anything here. With that, we are going to go near the end to the trainer stuff. Like I said before, I'm gonna let the villains go first. Diane's not doing anything. She's fucking. Actually, let me roll for her confusion real quick. Yeah, no, she's confused. She's not doing anything at this moment. She's just holding on for dear life in her Pokemon's thing. Yeah, Graham's gonna try and get out. So we're gonna roll your athletics versus his agility. I think you're still gonna win, but
You never know. You never know. Okay.
you never know. You never know. Oh, that's a fucking fantastic roll.
Oh, shit.
If you beat me, I'm gonna cry.
Do you have
Okay.
your athleticism thing going? Right?
Yeah, this is still
Triathlete?
triathlete physicality. I was gonna allow you to use it here.
Strength.
So
Are you sure?
Are you? Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
With all the tackling and everything, I'm fine to use it here. This makes sense to me.
Okay.
This is all about your physicality.
Okay. Well, all right. So
what was your total?
the 220s got me a 20, and then my badges got me a 3, and then a 4. So 24.
24? I win. This is my
Are you
perfect victory.
Are you shitting
I rolled
me?
a 12 and an 8, so that's 20 plus 6 is 26.
Are
I
you shitting
win.
my dick?
This is my perfect victory. So at that moment, Corinne, you are holding on for dear fucking life. You have held up this boy. He has been struck by a Psybeam. And there is a moment where he manages to stumble out of your arms. And he's fucked up, like, right? Like, he just got hit by a Psybeam. He's stumbling.
Don't fucking
and
talk to me about fucked up.
Hey, just because you're more fucked up doesn't mean he can't be fucked up, all right? Fuck you. He's stumbling, and he's sort of, like, going off to one side. And you can see like he's struggling to stand, and he goes and he starts to like stumble in the direction of like where Umbreon is running off to, and he's gonna get about 20 feet and like fall down, because he's fucked up. And now that the two villains have gone, I'm gonna allow the last NPC to go, and we'll do something because I want you guys to have full information as we get to your turns. Before that happens, there's the sound of a. As the ceiling of the Zapdos room, a small portion of it, not directly above the bird, luckily enough, caves in, and you hear the most like jaw-screeching, like full-chested, like you hear that like roar noise. And as that happens, when the ceiling breaks down, what comes with it is a heavily armored flying airship in the form of a Gyarados with several other Pokemon and a cackling trainer on its back. At this point in time, you are able to, in full like view, now see Perry's entire team as Gyarados slams down through the air. You can see flying behind it with the speed of like a plane like going down. You can hear like the whistling noise of its wings. A red, blue, and gray dragon in the form of Salamence coming down. You can see on the back of Gyarados, there is the massive flexing blue and black Luxray. There is the sort of tangle of vines in the form of a Tangrowth, and sort of like stretched, like wrapped around a section of the of Gyarados. There's another like almost like peach and teal colored like serpent Pokemon in the form of a Huntail, all landing together. And on Gyarados' head, you see Perry just fucking cheering as she comes down, and her Pokemon immediately sort of spread out between Zapdos, the villains, and you, of just like, she doesn't know what she's gotten into, so she's just slamming down between the legend and whatever else is going on in this room, sort of thing. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And she is going to enter the fray.
Fucking psycho.
I do want to mention as we get into this, I think with the appearance of such overwhelming odds, I think with the exception of Zoroark, I think Umbreon and Charmeleon are probably donezo in terms of like they are not going to fight anymore with the arrival of this cavalry. Would you like to stay in combat order to attempt to catch Diane and Zen?
And Graham?
I don't want them going.
Graham is basically already caught at this point. The man is collapsed on the floor.
Oh,
the
to
question
catch
is
them, like, okay,
because they are going to attempt to flee at the top of the next round. That's my question.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, that is my question. So as we go into this, this has happened. We are now
would
going
this
to
change if during our like trainer move part, when Perry came in, if I gave them the immediate like, here's what.
So they're not gonna be able to
task.
take any other action than they have just entered the combat.
Okay,
Nothing has
cool.
happened yet for them.
Okay, I didn't know if that would influence the.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. So basically, there's going to be a little bit before they actually get to take part in anything. So that's why I was asking. So with this, as trainers, Graham has collapsed off to the side. Both Umbreon and Charmeleon look like they've just fucking like they're like giving up at this point. Mm-hmm. With you as trainers, are you doing anything at this moment?
I want to shout to Coryne to say, because I just saw them like roll and tumble and him fall down. After that, I'm gonna say, Coryne, how are you feeling? Good?
Yeah.
Good answer. Okay. DJ, you okay? Echo down the hallway where I think you are.
I'm doing great.
I'm good too. You're Tanner. Yeah.
I was working my way through the group, Tanner. I remember. Hey, Perry. So I think, if possible, whenever DJ had called out what Zen was, did it say it was? Is it just a dark type?
It is a pure dark type.
Pure dark type. Okay, cool. I think I don't have. Do I have rope? One of us has rope somewhere. I think we can move towards trying to get them together using like non-battle items if we need to like stop them from going places.
100%.
Yeah, unless I can. Yeah, I'm gonna wait because I don't want to look for the ball because that's out of combat stuff. If it's not a worry at the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
I would posit that we can probably call to Perry, right? Like if I see Perry, I'm gonna call out to Perry and point and be like, "They're gonna get away. We can't let them get away."
Okay.
And see if Perry can send a Pokemon after them.
Okay. I'm double checking one other thing before I'm checking.
And this is
something.
when we find out Perry is actually a villain too.
Yeah, this is when we find that out. So then that's the case. Okay, so then we're going. If that's the case, you start to. So you, Seth, get over to. Were you getting Graham tied up and trying to get him situated? Is what you were doing?
I feel as though Coryne has that covered. Does it seem like the Umbreon and Charizard are just going to return themselves?
Yeah, it looks like they're probably going to return themselves once their trainer is fully captured.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So I trust Coryne can handle that.
Okay.
If I need to get Diane while they're all dizzy and stuff.
Okay. Then if that's the case, Coryne, were you doing anything? You had a hand?
Yeah, Corinne's gonna kind of scramble up to one knee as she sees Graham drop. Corinne's just gonna turn her head to the side and say, "Get back in your ball." And is gonna say that to the Charmeleon.
You just made it more likely it's going to fight back. Let me roll. Okay.
Oh no. Oh no.
Go for it. Okay.
And as Coryne says that, is going to take the rope out of their bag and is going to walk over to Graham. Not walk.
Start
He's
getting
going to
Graham.
jog over to Graham and is going to start getting the feet.
And he's still like vaguely awake. Like he's not unconscious. He's just fucking out of it. Okay. Now,
Hog tie this bitch.
yeah.
Oh,
honestly.
and we're not
Okay.
being gentle.
Okay, with that, all of the end of turn effects are going to come into play. So Zen is going to take 2 more wounds. Umbreon's out. Umbreon goes to return herself, and she's immediately
Good night.
gone. Axel's going to take a wound. Richter's going to take a wound because of poison. Let's see here. How's Axel looking?
He's fine.
Okay, just double checking. If that's the case, we'll go up to the top. Do we have any declared priority stuff? I have a declared priority.
Does it seem like Diane and Zoroark are still ripping and raring to fight? Like
Not to fight, to get away.
Okay. If they're still trying to do that, Axel's gonna mock punch.
Okay.
Zoroark.
Axel is after Zen in order, so if we're doing priority stuff, Zen is going to go first.
But I
Is
have a
anyone
quick claw,
before
too.
Zen in order? Yeah, you have quick claw, so we'll see. But even still, priority is same level then turn order. So is
Item
anybody
wouldn't give
above
an
Zen
advantage.
have a priority move that they want to use?
The rest of the Pokemon return themselves.
Yeah, both Charmeleon and
Charmeleon.
Charmeleon and
then
Umbreon
no.
are gone. So Will Miss Magic does not have a priority move. Tabasco has no priority moves.
I don't. How far away are they?
At this point, they can't leave the battle. They couldn't leave the battlefield until this turn because they were
Okay.
bound.
You
And the
could
sand
get
tomb is
away.
just
Will
now
probably
dissipating.
Shoot out a vacuum wave to attempt.
Okay. This is basically what I'm checking is like, does Thornton have any priority moves?
No.
Does Richter have any priority moves?
Let me check on Rick.
I'm basically trying to give you as many chances as possible to stop this woman from getting away, is what I'm double checking. I'm trying to work within the
Yeah.
rules here.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Because
okay.
once-
Does
yeah.
Aleppo have any priority moves?
No.
Okay, so it is going to be just Tabasco. Tabasco is going to get 1 attack off, and that could potentially make the difference here. So we're going to see.
Why you gotta do
Once
this?
again, Torie, it comes down to a roll-off between me and you.
So wait,
You got
Tabasco's
this.
faster than the Zoroark?
Tabasco's higher in
higher
the
turn
turn
order.
order. Higher in the turn order. So if priority, because priority, it still goes off turn order in the priority
I
phase.
see. I
That's the
understand.
reason that Axel, even with the click claw, couldn't go before Zen, because Zen is also using priority.
Yeah.
So with that, what is your priority move that you're using with Tabasco?
Gonna use a vacuum wave,
Okay, so that's special.
which does
Okay, that
have
does
type
matter.
advantage over it.
It does have type advantage. If you hit, you're going to
If I
stop them
hit.
from getting away. It comes down to whether or not you hit is the question.
I already rolled. You need better than an 11.
I unfortunately get better than 11.
Damn.
I apologize. I
Damn.
apologize for
Okay.
this.
Unless I exploded, I figured I wasn't gonna get
I knew
it.
it was slim, but
Yeah.
fuck.
I was trying, man. I was trying to give you like as many outs as you possibly. I want to be very fair with this. Okay, if that's the case, Tabasco misses. At that point, you see Tabasco do the vacuum wave, and Zen is going to turn, and its fist is going to go bright black, and which I know seems like a weird moniker, but that's really what it is. It's almost blinding amount of black energy that hits out at the vacuum wave and disrupts it, and Zen is going to disappear into the darkness as it is able to flee. So
Damn.
with that is going to be that. There are now no more enemy Pokemon in the turn order.
Damn.
So there's a moment where you can all rest, heal your Pokemon if you'd like. We're going to take a beat for a second if you would like to.
Actually, none of my Pokemon got hit.
Fuck you, really?
Yeah, you didn't
Damn
target
it.
any of my Pokemon.
I did try to hit them like sludge bombs and stuff, but
Did
a lot of that
you,
didn't work out because
guys?
they're poison type. Fuck you.
I think
How dare you.
I think Thornton like beep 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 comes up to Coryne and like wraps the tendrils around Corinne's wrist and tries really hard and like uses the move like synthesis, but it's only for itself and it doesn't understand that. So like it grows a couple more little tiny blossoms and is like
Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah, I'll
And I'm like,
throw,
"It's okay, buddy."
A hyper potion your way, Corinne, and spray your burns so that it
Yeah.
grows new skin.
Yeah, it's that like
Thanks.
DBZ thing where you have the little like black crosshatches that just like disappear when you get hit by it. Okay. Yeah. As you guys are doing there, Tanner's like, oh wow, that was a lot of whoo. Thanks, Perry. And Perry's gonna be like, yeah, it looked like you guys had it taken, like immediately back to her quiet self, like, yeah, it looks like you guys had it taken care of by the time I got here.
Oh, that reminds me.
Whoa.
Ball.
So You go look for the ball. Go ahead and roll me a spy hidden check.
Okay. What is that? That's going to be a 8.
8. Okay. So as you look over, it does take you a second. There's a moment where like Perry is standing there, obviously closest to Zapdos, and she's just kind of like taking in like the thing. And as you start to like really go into the room, really be able to see it, you guys are able to see the majesty of this fucking Pokemon. And I want to take a moment because Articuno you saw at a distance when it was enraged, right? And that was like a force of nature. It was oppressive in the pressure that it was putting down on you. Getting to observe a legend without its pressure active in its resting state, if you hadn't noticed it before, the breathing of the electricity around you is now the most notable thing you've ever seen. You can feel every breath. In fact, you're hard pressed to not match your own breathing to it. You feel like the neuroelectric impulses in your own body being affected by this sleeping titan. And as you like step into the room, you can see it's easily 40 to 50 feet tall. This bird whose pinions are larger than you are. It's brilliant, almost like electric golden, like the color of gold foil is its feathers. You can see little sparks and arcs of electricity, like yellow and blue down its body. And you actually do spot the malevolent red ball, Seth. You see it, and it's between two of Zapdos's talons. You have to approach the Winged Mirage if you would like to gather the ball.
I would like to gather said ball.
Okay, you start to approach the Winged Mirage, and it's that thing of like as you get close to the ball, you once again feel that like very malevolent presence. You feel that like evil being exuded from it. This thing, as you get closer, it's like before you even go to touch it, you feel that like its jagged edges and like red crystalline structure they shouldn't exist the way that it works. It feels wrong. It feels like it feels like almost like energy lashed together with barbed wire. Like it doesn't make sense. And you go and you pick it up, and it is that feeling of like, oh, this thing, whatever it is meant to subjugate whatever gets captured with this ball.
I don't like this.
It's the opposite of a cherish ball, actually.
Well, I'm trying to be thematic, Aaron.
And
Thank
for
you,
the audience
Torie.
who's listening and not watching, he held up a cherish ball because it's also red. But you do have a moment, Seth, where you feel like a quick tap on your shoulder. And Perry goes, I'm going to need you to hand that over.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Okay.
Please don't.
And there's a moment where as she says that, 6 rank 8 Pokemon turn, and you see that they have semicircles surrounded you and Zapdos, and you are cut off from the rest of the group. And that's where we're going to end today's session of Unbeatable. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We love you guys so much.
No,
we will
Aaron,
see you guys
Aaron,
next
are you
time.
kidding?
Aaron, that's not funny. Is that a
joke? No, it is not. Goodbye,
Fucking knew that was
everybody.
gonna happen. I fucking knew you were gonna do that shit.
Goodbye.
Thank you for watching this episode of Unbeatable, which was brought to you by you, our patrons, which if you're not a patron, I recommend getting over there because we have an exclusive, super secret Discord. It's not secret. You just have to pay for the Discord and you'll get access to it, where we answer questions that are in our Q&A videos every single month. If you don't, I mean, that's cool too, I guess. Stay unbeatable.
This episode of Unbeatable is brought to you by you guys over at our Patreon. We could not do this show without your support, and thank you so much. Specifically, thank you, Daniel Lawrence at the Champion Tier patronage. We could not do this without you. Thank you, Daniel Lawrence.
I am unbeatable. I'll train until I meet my goal. If stakes are high, no, I won't fold because I am unbeatable. Earning every badge, whatever it takes. I'm gonna be the best trainer. You just wait, and I know the road ahead looks like it won't be easy. I am unbeatable. Standing by my side, got my friends with me to explore a whole world of possibilities. But no matter what the challenge is, we can overcome it together. Because we are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold because we are unbeatable.